Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this little impromptu Facebook Live that we have for you just to talk about Minute Maid seating, which is, I know, something that we've heard a ton of questions about in the Facebook group and want to make sure that you have all the most up-to-date information. Hopefully, you know that at this point that I'm DCE Juliana Schultz. I work for LCMS Youth Ministry, and here you thought you got rid of me with the last Facebook Live, but you didn't, because now we're back with Leah Abel, who also DCE is our person in charge of all things Minute Maid, who's going to give us kind of an update on where we are with our seating in Minute Maid for all of our fantastic mass events and for worship. Leah, thanks for where you were normally in Colorado. You were the last time you joined us, and you've made the trip all the way out here to St. Louis.
I did. I am in here. Look at this. Okay, I want y'all to know where I am. So I'm at the International Center of the Lutheran Church Area Synod in a computer lab with these amazing people. Like, look at these people. Everybody wave. Wave. Okay, these people back here have spent hours and hours and hours, okay, and also some other people that aren't here right now, helping to prepare a place for you at Minute Maid Park, which is going to be amazing. Every person's going to have a seat. You're all going to sit. They're literally entering every seat. It's intense. If you know any of these people, you should ask them if they ever want to do data entry again. And their answer might be no, to be honest with you. But they do it for Jesus and his people. So there you go.
Yeah, I did just a little bit, and it is the world's most boring video game for sure. Just putting everybody into little dots, into little seats. But every single person, we got you in and got you seated. So this is our first time doing this kind of thing. It's our first time doing seats and tickets for an event like this. And so we have hit, as you can imagine, if you work with young people and you try something for the first time, it usually has little hiccups. So we have hit a few snags, but overall, I feel like it's going well. Leah, what are some things that we need to know about how things are going in terms of ticketing?
Yeah. So here are a few things for you. So if you have already received an email from the Astros, essentially, that says, here's a confirmation for your tickets, that's great. We're super excited. That means you've got your seats. And they've been selected for you. You probably haven't gotten them for Tuesday because they're literally doing Tuesday right now. But if you've gotten tickets already, great. Maybe you've only gotten Saturday. Maybe you've gotten Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you've gotten Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You all are kind of in different places with that, and I'll explain why in a second. But if you've already gotten your tickets, that's awesome. And we want you to use those. So you can use the app. You can print out the confirmation email if you want to help you kind of get your, just make sure you know, like every night, since it's different seats every night, helpful for you to kind of like be like, hey, where are we sitting that night? And you can just quickly look at that confirmation email or at your app. It's great. If you have not gotten an email from the Astros, from the MLB Ballpark app, I don't want you to freak out. Okay, no freaking out. No, there's no freaking out in baseball, as I was reminded this morning by someone. No freaking out. Because we're gonna be at a baseball stadium because you haven't heard while they're in season. It's great. We're gonna love it. Anyway, I have to say, we will be sending your seating assignments, because we have made seating assignments for every single person for every one of those events via email to your primary adult leader. So if you've not gotten an Astros email saying, here's your Saturday or your Sunday or your Monday or whatever, you're going to get an email. It's going to come to you from youth.ministry@lcms.org. And it's going to have your seating assignment. So it might say to you, hey, Sarah, on Tuesday night, you're in section 114 in row 16, seats 4 to 13. Okay, so you're going to get an email that's going to tell you that for each of the events that you don't have tickets from Minute Maid Park or from the Astros. Okay, so make sure you check your spam, your junk mail, your promo folders. You will not get that email today with those, what we're calling them paper tickets. They're not really paper tickets, but it's kind of a confirmation where you sit, and you only will get that if you don't have MLB Park tickets. Okay, so you're only going to get an email from youth ministry or events where you don't have tickets from MLB. The reason for that is, you know how technology is so awesome when it works. It's so great.
It is,
and
right?
And
so fantastic.
thousands of you are seated using that awesome technology. And then I don't know if it's the spam filters. I don't know if it's Minute Maid Park doesn't seem to know. I've talked to our ticketing friend. His name's Marcus, in case you want to know. We've gotten to know each other well. And some things just have not quite worked, or sometimes some of you went in to try to change passwords to be helpful, and then that didn't get kind of backfired. So we're just gonna not freak out about it. It's gonna be fine. So a couple things I want you to know about the tickets. We are not scanning tickets to get into Minute Maid Park, okay? The tickets and the paper pieces we're giving you are just meant to be information to tell you where your seats are and help resolve any issues that might arise about, I thought these are my seats, are they your seats, kind of thing, okay? So they're not tickets. Your wristband is your ticket in. You go in, you don't have to scan the tickets. Those are just meant to tell you where you're seated. We do want you to have access to that seating thing, whether it's like you print out your confirmation email and bring that with you, or just have it on your phone, whatever. If you just would rather just keep it on your phone, that's fine. But so you've got those so we can reference them. If we need to take a screenshot of it, whatever you want to do, so we know we've got those for each night, okay? So here's what we've done so far. We've mapped out a seat for every group for every night, which is awesome. We've successfully logged in and selected seats for about 80% of you for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. There's about 20% of you where we're having some issues, and that's the folks that are going to get these emails that we'll call paper tickets, even though you're getting an email. And so also the Tuesday stuff is happening right now. So a lot of you haven't gotten Tuesday yet because that's just happening, even if you've successfully gotten the other ones through there. All right, Julia, that's what we've done so far.
Love it. I love it. So a couple of things I heard you say, just to make sure people hear that, right? We're not scanning tickets as you come in. Your bracelet is how you're getting in, right? But you are going to want to have the printed copy, whether it's from MLB or from us, right, of where your tickets are when you come in, to make sure that you get to the right seats, the seats that have been assigned to you.
And those seats are different every night, so make sure that you're clear about that too. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's so that everybody gets a chance to sit in different parts of the park. Because we wanted to make this harder for ourselves, Juliana. That's the other part of it.
Well, we want everybody to have opportunities to have different views, right? Now, I will say, having looked at the views in this to where the stage is going to be, there are no bad seats, right?
True.
And
True story.
Certainly, if worse comes to worse, do we have open seating? Yes,
we do.
Yes, we do. We have a whole 400 section that's set aside for open seating. So should there be some kind of thing where the seats that assigned to you doesn't work out for whatever reason, right? We have all sorts of contingency plans to make sure. So you're not gonna miss a mass event. You're not gonna miss worship because of the tickets, right? So
you can always go to 409, 410, 411, 427, 428, or 429. Those are open seating sections every night. That's around 3,000 seats. So that's plenty of extra space. Okay.
Other things that we want them to know, Leah.
Yeah. So here's a couple things. This is kind of what's going to happen next. Okay. So I told you what we've already done. What's going to happen next is we're going to continue to finish out the Tuesday stuff for those whose logins are working successfully. And then we're going to send that document that I mentioned to every congregation who has not received MLB tickets for a given event, okay, that outlines your seat for those events. And here's what that means for you. Your tickets, you may very well have, if you're one of those people, one of those many thousand people whose login is working successfully, you should have all of your Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday by tomorrow from the Astros. If you're one of those people who are having login issues, I'm sorry. It might be your fault. It might not be your fault. It might be Major League Baseball's fault. I don't think anybody went on strike over it, but something's going down. And so, or it might just be the computer. I don't even know. But the point is, you will get confirmation of where you're going to sit each night that you don't have that for. One other piece I want you guys to be aware of, because I'm sure there'll be some questions about it. Wednesday for worship, we have decided, in light of some of our login issues and kind of slowed us down a little bit, not to assign seating for Wednesday. So that's what this means for worship. Open seating for Wednesday for worship. But also know that there will be some reserved seating for a couple of district events that are happening on Wednesday. So we will have like some sections set aside for that. And also we'll have some reserved seating for shuttling. If that is the case for you, that you will be assigned that, we will let you know that, or you'll let your district leaders know that, okay? If you're a person that would have some reserved section, but it won't be a seat by seat reservation. It would be some reserved sections for those folks. But overall, open seating on Wednesday for worship. And by then you'll know the park well, and you'll kind of know how to come in and find your spot, which should work pretty great. Okay.
Also on Wednesday, we'll have reserved seating for people with special needs, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so we will have, if you are special needs, or you have special needs guests in your group, here's what I want you to be aware of. Your whole group is getting an email or you're getting an email that says, if let's say you have 18 people in your group and you have one person who is in wheelchair seating, you're going to get all of your seats assigned and given to you for 18 seats. And then you're going to get a separate email that gives you tickets just for those ADA seats. Okay. And so that actually means that you might end up with 20 seats for your 18 people, but we have our special needs team who really knows you well and has talked to you a lot. They're doing those assignments for those seats, and also lets us know, like, if somebody breaks, an ankle while we're there and suddenly needs to be in a wheelchair or something, then they can place them on site. Okay. So you will have seats assigned to you as well. Okay. If you have questions about that, the folks that you've been communicating with from our special needs team, Andy and Sarah primarily, will still be your main contacts for that. I've been working a lot with Sarah and Andy. We've had a lot of quality Zoom time. So they are ready for you and will take good care of you.
Yeah. Sounds great. I mean, I am so impressed at how fast you guys have gotten through so many of these tickets, and I love that we have some strategies for how we're going to mitigate that for those, hiccups in technology that don't always go the way that we want. We do want to remind you that we will have people outside of orientation who can help you troubleshoot. So if you've got stuff that you're like, I'm not sure how to get it on the app, or I have, right, or if you're still confused and you're like, I don't know what's happening, right? We will have people there outside of orientation on the third floor to be able to help specifically troubleshoot the seating for this. We will have people at Minute Maid to specifically help you troubleshoot this. Right? We will have all sorts of people who are equipped and ready to answer questions. So if you get in another couple of days and you're like, hey, we're getting ready to hit the road and I'm still a little uncertain about this, we will make sure that everybody can get into the park and enjoy their mass events. We will have people who are going to be able to help you with that. So please do not panic, right? As we said, we really do think that this will end up being a really beneficial thing for lots of groups, keeping you out of the heat, allowing for just everybody to have a better experience. And we just, we'll work through those parts of it that we have to kind of work around our technology. And do paper tickets. Who does paper tickets anymore, right? I don't know. We do.
You know what? So take a picture of your screen with your email, your confirmation thing. Screenshot it. You're good.
Right.
Make sure you get the name of the day, though. Okay, so don't try to sit in your Tuesday seats on Saturday.
Right.
Okay. Do that for me. For the ushers. Do it for the ushers.
Yeah, really, because we move you every day, we need you to be watching every day as you come in that you're using the tickets for that day. That's going to be probably the most complicated part. We will have tons of people inside the facility to help guide you to those seats as well. We have fantastic Yabs and other folks. All right, I'm thinking it looks like we've had a bunch of people who are answering questions in the live, so we're not going to answer a ton of questions. So things we're going to remind, we're going to get if you've been getting your tickets, you're going to get your last of your tickets at some point this week, right? You should be all set. So that's a lot of you have already gotten your stuff. You've already gotten your tickets. You got your emails. You got your app. You're ready to go. We love that. For those of you that don't, be looking. Hopefully by now you've unblocked the spam filter on LCMS or youth.ministry@lcms.org. Hopefully you're not still sending us to the spam, and we'll be able to send you those tickets. That way you'll be able to look at those and have those and know where you're going to sit. And then Wednesday we'll have some special sections for districts, for shuttling, for special needs, but for overall it'll be open seating on Wednesday. So don't expect to get Wednesday tickets. Did I hit all the high points, Leah?
I think you did. I'm going to say one more thing, which I probably said before, but just in case. With Saturday, as far as the MLB app working, probably 90 to 95% of you actually have tickets from the Astros. And then we had a bunch of things that started bouncing back after the Saturday things went through. So just know that if you got Saturday from MLB, but you don't get any of the other days, that means you're going to get an email from Youth Ministry that's got the other days for you. Okay. Yeah. So just because you got it for Saturday doesn't mean you're going to get it for the other days from MLB, just to clarify that piece. Okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And then can I say one more thing?
Yeah, please.
So if you get there and somehow somebody types something wrong somewhere and someone else is in your seats, here's what I want you to do.
Don't say that with such great volunteers behind you.
I mean, not these volunteers, maybe the ones from yesterday.
Clearly not. It was
But
me.
if that
It was
happens,
probably me.
it's
When
probably
I did.
Juliana.
Yeah.
But if that happens and you're there, just be aware that your kids are watching you and how you respond to that. And you have an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? It happens. Let's go sit in 420 or 427. Excuse me, 420 is not open. Let's go sit in 427. We'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Your joy and your attitude is going to rule the day. So just go with that. Okay. Be kind, or and meet a new friend and be like, hey, so sorry that we both got the same seats. My bad. But be kind, be positive, love your kids well, show them what Jesus would do.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great reminder. And it's a great reminder for all things as we're getting ready. Man, we praying hard for all of you as you worked on that. If you didn't